rich world is experiencing a backlash against high immigration rates, with moderates seeking to limit numbers and radicals advocating mass deportations. This shift could have significant economic consequences. Currently, over half of Americans support deporting all illegal immigrants, a rise from a third in 2016. In Australia, only 10% now favour more immigration, a sharp decline. Britain's new centre-left Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, aims to reduce reliance on migration by training more UK workers. Similarly, Australia's Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, plans to halve net migration, stating that the current system isn't working properly. Donald Trump, if re-elected, pledges mass deportations, a stance that populist parties in Europe look to emulate. This change is not just rhetoric. Countries like Australia, Britain and Canada are clamping down on universities that function as degree mills for those intending to work rather than study. Canada aims to reduce study permits by a third this year. Other nations are tightening rules on family reunification for migrants. In the US, President Joe Biden has introduced measures to bar asylum for those who cross the southern border illegally. France and Germany are expediting deportations, and the number of enforced returns from Britain has increased by 50% year on year. Illegal crossings at the US southern border have recently fallen to a 3-year low. Large-scale deportations could be economically damaging. Historical examples show the costs and chaos that can result. For instance, Canada's increased deportations during the Depression were costly and disruptive. In 1972, Uganda's expulsion of Asians left a void in commerce and services. Proponents of mass deportations, like those citing Eisenhower's Operation Wetback, overlook that legal Mexican immigration actually increased during that period. Trump's proposed deportations, if implemented, could cause significant economic disruption, potentially reducing American GDP by 12% over 3 years, according to Warwick McKibben of the Peterson Institute for International Economics. Even moderate anti-immigration policies could have negative effects. In the short term, reducing migration could lower housing market inflation, as seen in Australia, where a decline in net migration correlates with reduced rent increases. However, in the long term, reduced migration could increase inflation in other sectors by driving up wages due to decreased labour supply, thus raising service costs. A reduction in immigration might temporarily boost GDP per person by reducing the number of less skilled migrants who tend to earn lower wages. However, this comes with long-term drawbacks. Immigrants are increasingly finding jobs at the same rates as natives, and in some cases, they are more likely to be employed, cracking down on migration risks, reviving labour shortages that previously hindered economic efficiency. Many immigrants work in essential yet low-paid industries like construction and healthcare. For example, the number of foreign-born workers in America's construction sector and Norway's healthcare sector has increased significantly. As rich countries face aging populations, they will need more young, willing workers. While restricting immigration may gain political support now, it is economically unsustainable in the long run. Subscribe to the Caliber News English channel for more in-depth analysis and insightful videos.